The Galactic War was at its most critical point. Human soldier Travis O'Neill was one of the most experienced fighters in the Allied fleet. But during an intense bombardment by enemy forces, a malfunction in his equipment left him stranded deep in enemy territory. O'Neill's ship crash-landed on an unknown planet, communication was cut off, and all surrounding systems were disabled. The enemy, the Agorons, had never really taken humans seriously before. They believed humans were too few in number, and their technology was far inferior. But it wouldn't take long for them to realize how wrong they were. Travis had to survive using the few pieces of technology salvaged from the wreckage and his own training. He repaired his weapons and began familiarizing himself with the terrain. The planet was full of dense forests, dark caves, and swamps, deep within enemy lines. As days passed, Travis managed to hide from enemy attacks while gathering intelligence about them. The Agorons, despite their advanced technology, underestimated humans in terms of strategy and tactics. When O'Neill realized this, he took the first step toward becoming their hunter. One night, while reviewing his plans in his cave, a small spacecraft appeared on his radar. It was an Agoron scouting team searching for him. However, they had no idea what a human with survival skills and creative intelligence could do. To trap them, Travis set up a few underground mines. During the night patrol, the Agorons were caught off guard as the mines exploded, leaving them in shock. Travis was roaming the surrounding forest to find food. He survived on a diet made up of wild plants and small game, but he had to stay on constant alert. The Agorons were sending drones and scouting teams to hunt him down. While they searched for him, he was tracking them. One day, Travis reached one of the main outposts of an Agoron patrol. The base was small but well guarded. As he studied their technology, Travis noticed a weakness in their defense systems. The electronic defense mechanisms would frequently shut down due to natural energy fluctuations. Travis decided to use this to his advantage. Silently, he infiltrated the base, placed a series of explosives, and sabotaged their supply lines. When the base exploded, the Agorons couldn't believe that a single human could cause such destruction. But Travis was only getting started. In the midst of the war, Travis was becoming a nightmare for the Agorons while buying valuable time for the Allied forces. Travis O'Neill had been surviving alone in enemy territory for weeks. Each passing day, his alien enemies intensified their efforts to hunt him down. But with his survival skills and sharp mind, Travis continually thwarted their plans. Now, the Agorons were preparing for one final, large-scale operation to eliminate him. Agoron Commander Zerin was leading an elite, specially trained unit to track Travis. In his eyes, this human soldier had become more than just a problem. He was now a threat powerful enough to change the course of the Galactic War. Zerin's mission was clear: capture or kill Travis at any cost. His forces surrounded the area where they believed Travis was hiding, ready to close in. From a distance, Travis watched the enemy's movements. He noticed the drones and heavily armored soldiers advancing toward his location. A large battle was inevitable, but Travis remained calm. For him, this was just another challenge. There was no escape, but he was determined to find a way out. First, Travis strengthened his defensive position. He analyzed the terrain and the enemy's movement patterns. In the dense forest, he set traps, mines hidden beneath the ground, sharp snares attached to trees, anything to slow the enemy down. Every move was calculated to give him the upper hand. Zerin's troops began their advance, moving through the heavy, silent air. The soldiers, clad in advanced armor, scanned the area while drones hovered above. Travis moved like a predator in the shadows, watching every step the enemy took. With limited ammunition and weapons, He was facing an entire army, but fear wasn't part of his equation. The first strike came from the mines Travis had set. The lead scouting team unknowingly triggered the trap, and within seconds, a massive explosion echoed through the forest. Argoron soldiers were thrown into the air, and dust and smoke filled the atmosphere. This was just the beginning. Travis swiftly repositioned himself and launched an attack from another angle. He sniped the enemies one by one, targeting the weak points in their armor. "Retreat! It's a trap!" one of the Agorons shouted, but Travis had already set his plan into motion. As the front line tried to pull back, another round of explosives detonated. The sound of chaos erupted as the Argoron soldiers scrambled to regroup. Zarin had not anticipated such resistance from a single human. "This human is a damn nuisance," he muttered angrily, quickly ordering his heavy units to engage. Armored soldiers and massive drones poured into the forest, turning the once tranquil area into a battlefield teeming with high-tech weaponry. But Travis wasn't backing down. For him, this was the final stand. He was cornered, but surrender wasn't an option. He moved through a narrow path in the forest, activating more traps he had prepared earlier. Sharp steel wires snapped into action, taking down several Argoron soldiers in an instant. "Advance! Corner him!" Zarin yelled, and heavy machine guns opened fire, spraying bullets deep into the forest. Travis darted behind trees, bullets tearing through the air. He paused for a brief moment, steadying his breath as he scanned the battlefield, searching for a weakness in the enemy's approach. When Travis infiltrated their lines and engaged in close combat, the battle became personal. With limited ammunition, he used hand-to-hand combat to neutralize enemy soldiers. His training as an elite soldier became evident in every precise move. Zarin's grand plan was starting to unravel. After weakening Zarin's forces, Travis set his sights on the command center where Zarin was located. Drones and heavily armed guards tried to stop him, but Travis, moving with calculated precision, fought his way through. His weapons exhausted, he used his bare hands, his movements swift and lethal, dispatching the last of Zarin's defenses. Zarin realized that Travis was getting closer, panic gripping him. "Stop him! Kill that human!" he barked orders frantically, but his soldiers were either dead or scattered. Travis moved steadily toward him, his strategy clear. He placed a few final explosives around Zarin's base and retreated to a safe distance. A few moments later, a massive explosion ripped through the command center, consuming Zarin and his remaining forces. In the aftermath, Travis surveyed the destruction he had wrought. He had single-handedly decimated an entire enemy battalion, turning the tide of the war. The Agorons would have no choice but to recognize that even a single human could be a devastating force. Wounded but victorious, Travis disappeared into the depths of the forest, leaving behind a battlefield that spoke of his resilience and power. I hope you had a good time. If you liked my story, do not forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye. See you in the next story.